The sun rises over the vast fields of Kenya, where farmers are turning to technology to secure their harvests. Drones buzz overhead, scanning crops for signs of disease or drought with pinpoint accuracy. In Nigeria, a young entrepreneur demonstrates a mobile app that connects small-scale farmers to buyers nationwide. Solar-powered irrigation systems hum to life, drawing water efficiently from deep beneath the arid soil. A woman in Ghana checks her smartphone for real-time market prices, ensuring she gets fair value for her produce. These innovations are not just tools, they are lifelines for millions facing food insecurity. Across Africa, Agri-Tech startups are rising to meet the challenge of feeding a growing population. From Senegal to South Africa, sustainable farming practices are transforming barren land into fertile ground. Hydroponic farms in urban slums grow vegetables without soil, using 90% less water than traditional methods. A cooperative in Rwanda shares a single tractor through a digital leasing platform, cutting costs for small farmers. Blockchain technology tracks food from farm to table, reducing waste and ensuring transparency. In Malawi, farmers use AI-powered chatbots to diagnose crop diseases via simple text messages. These solutions are bridging gaps left by outdated infrastructure and climate change. A lab in Ethiopia breeds drought-resistant seeds tailored to the region's harsh conditions. Women-led cooperatives are adopting solar dryers to preserve fruits and reduce post-harvest losses. The continent's youth are driving this revolution, merging tradition with cutting-edge science. A startup in Uganda turns food waste into biodegradable packaging, closing the loop on sustainability. Satellite imagery helps governments predict famine and allocate resources before crises escalate. In Tanzania, farmers receive microloans via mobile money to invest in climate-smart tools. These stories are threads in a larger tapestry of resilience and ingenuity. By 2050, Africa's population will double, demanding a radical rethinking of food systems. Agri-Tech isn't just about survival. It's about thriving in harmony with the environment. The journey ahead is long, but the seeds of change are already bearing fruit. The sun rises over Kenya's Rift Valley, where farmers once reliant on rain-fed agriculture now monitor soil moisture via wireless sensors. These sensors send real-time alerts to their phones, ensuring crops get just the right amount of water without waste. In Nigeria's bustling Lagos, an agri-tech startup has developed an AI chatbot that advises farmers on pest control in local dialects. A maize farmer in Zambia receives a text warning about an impending armyworm outbreak, saving his entire harvest. Solar-powered cold storage units in Ghana keep tomatoes fresh for weeks, slashing post-harvest losses by 50%. A young engineer in Rwanda 3D prints affordable drip irrigation parts from recycled plastic, making the tech accessible to smallholders. Drones equipped with multispectral cameras fly over Ethiopia's wheat fields, detecting fungal infections before they spread. Farmers in Malawi access microloans via mobile money to buy drought-resistant seeds, repaying after harvest at low interest. In Uganda, a women's cooperative uses blockchain to track organic coffee from their garden to European supermarkets. Consumers in Berlin scan a QR code and see the exact farm where their coffee beans were grown. Hydroponic towers in Johannesburg's townships grow spinach and kale without soil, using 90% less water than traditional farms. A Senegalese startup trains farmers to use biochar, a charcoal-like substance that enriches depleted soils for decades. In arid northern Kenya, herders use satellite data to find the last patches of grazing land during droughts. An app in Tanzania connects backyard poultry farmers with vaccine suppliers, reducing bird flu outbreaks. A Nigerian bioengineer designs a biodegradable polymer from cassava waste that keeps fruits fresh longer. In Mozambique, farmers intercrop maize with nitrogen-fixing pigeon peas, boosting yields without chemical fertilizers. A South African lab grows meat from animal cells, offering a sustainable alternative to livestock farming. Kenyan beekeepers use IoT-enabled hives that alert them via SMS when honey is ready for harvest. A Burkina Faso inventor creates a solar-powered device that repels locusts with sound frequencies. In Ghana, discarded plantain peels are turned into flour, combating both waste and malnutrition. A Cameroonian startup trains farmers to cultivate edible insects as a high-protein, low-cost food source. Zimbabwean tobacco farmers switch to climate-resilient quinoa, fetching higher prices in global markets. In Egypt, floating farms on the Nile grow rice and vegetables, adapting to rising sea levels. A Tanzanian engineer develops a low-cost milk pasteurizer powered by biogas from cow manure. Ethiopia's government partners with tech firms to map soil health nationwide using machine learning. A Ugandan app uses crowdsourced data to predict crop prices 6 months in advance. In Benin, farmers broadcast radio shows where experts answer questions about organic pesticides. A Malawian teenager wins a science fair by building a windmill that powers a village's irrigation pump. South African vineyards use AI to predict the perfect harvest time, improving wine quality. A Nigerian drone delivery service drops vaccines to remote poultry farms in minutes. In Kenya, urban vertical farms supply supermarkets with fresh herbs year-round. A Sudanese refugee camp installs hydroponic systems to grow vegetables in the desert. Rwandan coffee farmers use an app to calculate fair trade prices, avoiding middlemen exploitation. In Botswana, a startup recycles fish farm wastewater to grow algae for livestock feed. A Ghanaian company turns coconut husks into biodegradable seedling pots, reducing plastic waste. Zambian farmers adopt push-pull farming, using Napier grass to repel pests naturally. In Nigeria, a rice processing plant powered entirely by solar energy cuts production costs by 30%. A Tanzanian lab breeds disease-resistant bananas using CRISPR gene editing technology. Moroccan date farmers use IoT sensors to optimize irrigation in the Sahara's harsh conditions. A South African startup trains unemployed youth to install solar panels on rural farms. In Ethiopia, a digital marketplace lets farmers rent tractors by the hour via an Uber-like app. A Kenyan company converts invasive water hyacinths into biofuel for clean cooking. Mozambican fishermen use a mobile app to track ocean temperatures and locate fish schools. In Uganda, a drone startup maps land ownership for women farmers, securing their rights. A Nigerian biofuel initiative turns cassava peels into ethanol for clean-burning stoves. In Malawi, a radio drama teaches composting techniques to illiterate farmers through storytelling. A Rwandan cooperative uses AI to match honey producers with international buyers. In Ghana, a smart poultry farm adjusts temperature and feed via automated systems. A Senegalese project plants mangrove trees to restore fisheries and capture carbon. Zimbabwean farmers grow drought-tolerant sorghum for breweries, replacing imported barley. In Kenya, a mobile app uses voice commands to guide visually impaired farmers in planting. A Tanzanian company packages Morina powder in edible seaweed film, eliminating plastic. South African researchers develop a vaccine to protect cattle from deadly tick-borne diseases. In Nigeria, a startup turns fruit waste into natural food dyes for the textile industry. A Ugandan app crowdsources weather data from farmers to improve national forecasts. In Ethiopia, a blockchain system ensures fair wages for women picking coffee cherries. A Malawian engineer designs a pedal-powered grain thresher for off-grid villages.